So, all right. So, like I said, we're gonna get it. This one is gonna be good. All right. Because of the
so
fact.
I think
go ahead,
sorry,
Jim.
man. I think Ash is backstage.
Oh, my bad. Let me see. Let's see here. Okay, y'all see me now. Let me see. Is she? Okay, you good? Okay. Can you wait? Everything good? She got to unmute.
Yes. It had froze, so I left and came back.
Oh, okay. My bad. Thank you, GMT. I appreciate it, brother. No problem. All right. I'm glad you're here. We need everybody for this one. So this next question and conversation, how do I want to do this? Oh. I'm going to play.
I'm scared.
Yes, I'm going to play the supporting videos first about this topic, and then I'll give the stats after you guys give your insight. So the question that we're going to be discussing is, should black men expect black women to go 50-50?
Y'all about to read the real. I'm so chill now.
And this is going to be this is going to be good because I know the chat, this is a spirited conversation on social media. So again, I'm going to play the supporting video first, and it's going to explain a couple things, and then we're going to play the statistical video after we all give our insights. And this time I'm going to start with the guys first, and I'm going to go to Professor after we watch. I'm going to stop in between. I think I got 3 videos linked into this. So, so be prepared. First one is explaining hypergamy. Here we go.
Her hypergamy is her instinctual urge to find the best mate possible. Now, the best way to describe hypergamy is through a tree. Actually, it should be more like a triangle, but for now, we'll just use this as a tree. We'll call it the hypergamy tree. And basically, at the top of your tree, you're going to have your higher tier males. And at the bottom end, you're going to have your lower tier males. And as to be expected, the middle, your average tier males, or your average males. Now, female attraction works like this. Basically, females most want the guys at the top end of the tree. So at the very, very top of the tree, they are most attracted to these men. So right here, we're going to give them 5 fucking hearts, and they are the most sought after men. And average tier males would be the next. They're the next most sought after, so they're going to give them 3 hearts. And if you're at the bottom end of the tree, you actually get 0 hearts. You're actually fucking invisible. The only way to go from the bottom end of the tree to the top end of the tree is to increase your value. And there's only 3 ways to increase your value. And then the first one is through wealth, and that is your resources, what you can provide to her. Women look at this in the form of security. Can you provide for their offspring? Can you provide for her, etc.? The second way to increase your value is through your physique. And physique not only refers to, are you buff, are you 6'5", are you 220 pounds of all muscle? It also refers to your health and your well-being. You can't get girls if you have cancer, sorry to say. The last one is your social status. And it's where you stand within everyone else. Are you respected? Do other people want you, etc.? Things of this nature. And we kind of briefly talked about this. So when the woman is basically shit testing you, or when a girl is shit testing you, she's determining where you fit on this tree in regards to everyone else, in regards to social status, etc. And she's only testing for your social status. Remember, hypergamy is her ability to secure the best mate possible. So she's determining that.
All right. So pretty simple, straightforward. Oh, wait, I'm ass out. There we go. Okay. So it's pretty simple, straightforward conversation, right? We understand hypergamy, and that's why I put that in there, because we're about to have a 50-50 conversation, right? Mm-hmm. So everybody understand, the premise, hypergamy, or do I need to explain 50-50?
Nope.
Okay. Let's get to it. And again, now this next video is funny because I've seen a lot of level up women share this video of the late great Kevin Samuels, and they always stop it at before he says something very key. And I want to see if you guys can catch this in regards to a man paying 50-50, et cetera, et cetera. So we're going to watch the full video of what Kevin has to say, and let me know if you guys can catch a key point that a lot of women miss with regards to what he says. This is going to be funny. I promise you. Where'd it go? Hold on. Let me see. Oh, I like that. Let's leave it here. Here we go.
But you don't want to put the work in. You don't want to build the resume.
You don't want to actually have it where it counts to have the real leverage. You want her to respect your masculinity and your manhood because you have a penis and an XY chromosome. It don't work that way. Women respect resources. You can't check a bitch because you got nothing to check with. The only place you dominate is in the bedroom. Dominate on the balance sheet. Dominate on your wallet, which is your accomplishments. Any woman that you choose to deal with, her money should be no good with you if you're 100% man. Mm-hmm. You pay everything. Why? Because it keeps her in her feminine when she's with you. I don't give a shit. The women I deal with, they know I don't care what you do when you're not with me. Well, you don't even tell you about the guy. I don't care. All I care is how you operate when you're here. Will that be the way it is always? No. Eventually, I'm going to pick one. I don't want a rotation for the rest of my life. Pick one, maybe two.
Yeah.
All right. So let me stop it right there. Now, did you guys catch what he actually said in regards to in that video?
What?
Oh, yeah.
One,
Picking
maybe two?
one, maybe two. Yeah, that's
Okay. So at the end, okay, I get that one. But what I noticed with these level up conversations or channels such as like Sheba Seven's ladies, they'll play that Kevin Samuels video and they'll stop it at "you pay everything." And oh, Kevin Samuels, oh, I love it. But they failed to play the full video where he actually said, you pay everything. The man pays everything when you're with me. Meaning that when you're not dealing with me for that weekend, I'm not paying your bills. I'm not paying your rent. Just when you're here, your money is no good. Where else have you heard that from, guys in the chat? Me. So I told you guys that multiple times, and women, they miss that part of that because they don't want to hear it. Yes, when you with me, you can leave your purse at home because everything is going to be taken care of. But as soon as you leave, you're not my problem no more. But they miss that part and they just say, you pay everything. Woo! It's like, yeah. But we're going to stop right there before we get to that crazy ladies post. But Professor, and I will get you GMT. I owe Professor one, my bad, brother. Yeah, man. Professor, what's your thoughts?
Chill's gonna hate me on this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the dustpan ready for myself. But no, I don't believe in 50-50. Mm-hmm. I do believe in percentages. If I make 100, she makes 50, there's no reason we should be 50-50. There should be a percentage based of how much we're paying. And it all basically always depends on who your situation. But I've never had issues with women in regards to dating. I've always taken care of everything for dates, things of that sort. But a woman has also spent money on me with sometimes it's trips, sometimes it's this, that, and the other. But in a marriage, I believe this is only a conversation in this community. Other races of people don't necessarily have this conversation because Maria's selling flowers and Jose's building houses. Right. So it's only a conversation in our community. And the only way that this is first of all, it needs to go away, because what happens is when those two incomes together, now we can build. And as we're building, we can save money a piece and apart, and then go start investing in other things. And then at some point we can sit you down. Right. So then you're not working, but women have worked for years. The oldest profession of all time, we all know what that is a 304. So I'm all about percentages of what you make, not necessarily 50-50, but percentages. And I actually got that from talking to a couple millionaire people who that's how their household runs. They make multiple six figures and their wife still works and contributes to the household.
It's good points. GMT.
I'm in alliance with Professor, right? The way I look at it is like, I have to look at my lifestyle to begin with. And the way I started, this is just me being transparent. The way I started was my wife and I had to work, right? She worked, I worked. Mm-hmm. It wasn't until I continued to build myself up. Now, my wife is a stay-at-home wife, right? But we only have those dynamics because we have a child. But with that being said, it's because I didn't want the world to raise my child with their values, I wanted that to happen for us. So I put myself in a position to where I could make her a stay-at-home wife. So our child could be raised with the values that we have. But in today's market, realistically, women have to put a percentage in. Now, I do believe Kevin Samuels was talking about dating. In dating, if you're dating, when you're with me, I'll pay the bill. I'm good. We go out on dates and I'll take care of, everything. And when you're not with me, don't ask me for nothing.
Yeah.
You're good. You know what I'm saying? Figure it out, because you should be bringing in your own. But whenever you're with me, but when you're courting a woman for marriage, and you know that you're taking it serious, y'all taking it to the next level, got to build yourself up as a man. That's what I truly believe.
Right. Yeah. And like I said, they always cut that part off. I found it hilarious. I found 3 videos from those pages and they had the same thing. But chill, I know you wait, brother. Go ahead. You got it.
Oh, wait. There's something about this that just burned my button, man. When they be saying Ling Ling and Marisol and all them, they talk about it too. Hypergamy is across the board, baby. Okay. They leaving them. Leaving them 50-50 dudes just like our sister leaving the 50-50 dudes over here. So let's not get it twisted. Okay? Hypergamy is across the board. Hell, ask some of the Passport brothers. They found it out too. They went over there. Boy, they're getting lit up. That 50-50
so glad they are. So glad.
Eddie.
All right, but look, listen. Oh, I get it. Fellas who are with the 50-50, let me tell you something. Society is going to make y'all great again. All right. Inflation is going to make y'all great again by default anyway. So pretty soon, a lot of people are going to go to that 50-50 thing because they can't survive without it. Now, do I agree with it? Fellas, I've always been a proponent, and you have to have the leverage. When you have the leverage, you can make the rules, And usually when the 50-50 thing happens, I get it. It does help. It does alleviate the pressure from both parties. But she, as a woman, she's going to look at you and be like, well, my 50 is greater, even when it's not. Listen, fellas, you need to understand something. Until that time does come to where women say, you know what, I can't do nothing but the 50-50, you better make sure you got the leverage. All right, I'm going to land my plane right there. You've been warned.
That's it? That's it, chill?
Right. I was waiting for the Cajun seasoning.
I'm trying to be cool, man. I got
Okay.
So let's get with the ladies now. Let's get with the ladies. Ash, what's your thought on this topic?
Well, in dating, no, I don't think it should be 50-50 at all in dating, because that's when the man is trying to court the woman. He's trying to impress her. He's trying to let her know, hey, I got you. I can provide for you. I'm a man. I can do what it takes. We're doing 50-50. It lets me know that you can't, and you don't got me, and you can't do what it takes. So, like, why would I want to be with that person who doesn't have what it takes, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you're already proving it to me, When it comes to marriage, a household, such a sticky conversation. No, I don't think the household should be 50-50 either. And that's just my opinion. I know everybody thinks different. And even with the way the economy is, yes, I believe a woman should contribute financially in some way, right? If that's what the partnership agrees on, the marriage, that's like the grounds of the marriage, right? I never aspired to, like, I don't want to say work hard, but like match my future husband financially, right? I have a more of a traditional mindset when it comes to the roles of the man and the woman. And I don't believe a woman could fulfill her roles as a wife while she's also working hard to make sure she brings home her end of the bacon, right? So, no, I don't think it should be 50-50 in dating or in marriage.
So curious, and thank you, GMT. Curious your thoughts real quick before we move to Mona D. Do you think, just real quick, do you think the majority of married women are, let's say, in 50-50 relationships? Yes, I mean, like, do you think most of them are contributing, or are most of them stay-at-home moms?
Contributing straight down the middle, 50-50? No.
Oh, okay. No. Okay. Mona D?
All right, so I'm gonna say this, and you actually will segue into my point, because we know only 25% of women are stay-at-home mothers. So we know that whether it's all throughout their time or for a period. And I was a stay-at-home mother for like 6 years. And my perspective is this: as someone who married young with my husband, and we had a clear understanding about, hey, you're gonna stay home, and you know, I didn't have to quote unquote pay during that time. But even when we were dating, yes, my husband paid for the majority of things. But did I come out of pocket? Absolutely, because I was working, and there might have been times when I wanted to just, hey, I want to go here, let's go here, whatever. That was no problem. I don't have anything against men who can afford 100%. I think that's fine. The same way I don't have any problem for women who saying, hey, I only want to be in a provider only relationship. But for me personally, I don't think I have any problem with 50-50. And I actually believe in 100-100, because in my perspective, when you have both parties working and contributing to the household, that's actually better for everybody, both physically and mentally. My husband and I, we're almost down the middle when it comes to the rearing of our children, household chores, and all of that. I like that. That works for me. And my husband may be a little more involved with the kids than I am on a lot of levels, whether it's doctor's appointments, things at the school, all of that. I don't pick roles and jobs where I'm like out of the home a lot. I'm very particular about the job. If I have a job and it's too stressful for me, my husband will say, you're not taking that job. We're going to figure out something else, or you just may not work. But in general, I don't believe that women should not contribute to the home, period. I think you're going to contribute in some way, form, or fashion. Do I think a woman's may I have periods where she's not contributing? Absolutely. And I also think that when you are in a marriage, you need to understand that there will be times where you may be the only person as the wife working and contributing. It should not be the expectation for the entire duration, but understand that there may be a point in time, and it may not even be an if, it could be a when, especially in the climate of today's economy and things like that. So I think we need to, and we should be open to that. That's definitely a possibility. But I don't think that people should not, go for what they want, but also understand what could come with that no matter which way you decide to go. But I don't think women should get out of not financially contributing anything, especially if you want to live a certain type of way. And that's just my opinion about it.
Right. Yeah. Jess?
Yeah, so I actually a little bit of everyone in a sense, because it's so subjective. And it's subjective because of this. To me, if you are in the top tier, okay, fine. If you don't want her to pay for anything, okay, that makes 100%, it makes sense. Now, a lot of our men do not rank in the top tier, though, if we really be honest. So if they're in the mid tier, you have to understand with the way that the economy is, we have to kind of, remember, I also said when you're talking about marriage, I talk about a unit as much as possible. So if we're not going to be struggling if we're together. So if she has to work, and depending on how the economy is, where you're living, if you're in New York, both of y'all have to work. So that's why I said it's subjective. So depending on what the situation is, then I understand that. I understand it. Of course, I have traditional values. So my mind goes to a man being a provider, but then also with the realities of what is going on now.
Okay. So I got a question for you. So you said we understand that a lot of black men aren't in the top tier, right? Do you think that black women understand that as well when we have these discussions about 50-50?
Of course not. If they're always talking about 100K and all that other stuff, come on, we hear them. Like they're unrealistic.
Just asking, because I don't think they understand.
No, that's the thing. Reality got to hit some people's heads.
Yeah. But all right. So this is what we're gonna do next. We're gonna end it with this lady's video. She be saying some wild stuff, and then we're gonna go directly into the actual statistics in regards to what the 50-50 dynamics look like in the black community and also with other races. And it may shock you, And this may be a
wait,
turning point in these. Go ahead. Did I didn't get you, MRT?
No.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Who else?
No, I think that was everybody.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just wanted to chime in on this part because, like, I literally was talking about this again with someone today. So since I am getting like older, I'm trying to put a little bit more. I don't want to say pressure on the man, but just letting him know this is what I need, and you need to go. You need to meet these standards on this list. But for me, though, okay, dating, I believe, yes, 100%. Okay, I'm not gonna say it. Let me take that back. I believe dating, you should be paying for a majority of everything. Majority. I do believe that once I see your consistency and I feel like there's progress being made, I don't mind chiming in some type of way. It could be parking, it could be a movie, it could be whatever it is we're gonna do. And that's kind of like how I like to handle it along the way. And I would expect that the same way in my marriage. You are primarily taking care of everything. And if there's any gaps of where you could possibly fall short, I'm 100% right there. What is it called in football? Is it your quarterback? Whoever is supposed to catch the ball when you throw them out there. Whoever makes the touchdown and makes the team win, that's who I am. So I'm there to support in that type of way. But I do believe majority of everything should be taken care of. I shouldn't have to worry about if your card gonna decline.
Okay. So when you say in a relationship they should be taking care of the majority of everything, are you talking about dates? Or are you talking about bills?
No, dates.
Okay.
No.
We gotta
The
make
dates.
that clear nowadays.
Right.
Yeah, I know the chat. They be like, "Well, I'm paying your bills."
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing about me, but I personally don't. I've never been the one to look for someone to pay my bills and to give me this, or look for someone to ask for all this money. No, I do pretty well. Like, I'm okay. I don't need all that stuff to be happy or to have a good time. Like, I'm not. Yeah, nah.
All right, just make it clear. So, all right, so like I said, we're gonna go to this lady's video, and it's a great segue into the statistics. So this is what she thinks, I guess, about the Black community in 50-50, and then we'll go to the statistics. So here we go.
I would like to present to you a verbal flowchart, if you will. If we agree on one part of the argument, we can then move on to the next part of the argument. First part, I think it would be hard pressed to find two people who are exactly evenly yoked when it comes to, how much they make, or their finances, or what they're worth, or their educational background, or their status in life, right? Probably would be hard to find two people who are exactly evenly yoked. We can agree on that. Moving on. So if they're not exactly evenly yoked, somebody is going to be dating up, and then the other party will be dating down. Because again, they're not equal. Can we agree on that? Moving on. So since historically women have been the ones who dated up, and if either one of these parties, male or female, are going to be dating up, I mean, come on, let's just be real. It should be the woman, right? Can we agree on that? That's probably going to get a lot of y'all, but I'm just going by history. It is what it is. So moving on, if we can agree that I would rather it be the woman dating up than the man, that means the man has to conversely date down. Like, and here I go with the black. I don't give a dang. I said what I said. When I mention black people, I don't shy away from that. Black people seem to be the only community where it's like looked down upon for a woman to want to date up. That's weird. I don't really care what y'all say. I'm going with the rest of the world. I'm a woman. I'm dating up. Men are conversely going to be dating down. What y'all think about that?
All right. So she's under the impression that black men are opposed to black women dating down, and no other races are having this discussion, right? And this is a common misconception that we hear in these spaces all the time. And the reason why it's a common misconception is because here are the actual statistics in regards to how marriages are actually shake out, right? And I think these conversations would definitely help, but here we go. Should black men expect black women to go 50-50? An article written by the magazine Word in Black indicates that black women are more likely to be breadwinners, and they also say that's not a bad thing. Access to higher education has helped married black women become breadwinners. Experts say it can help uplift the black family. What that actually means and what that study is based off of is a Pew Research article that was published in 2023. Pew found that 1 in 4 Black wives out-earned their husbands. And according to Pew's survey and analysis of existing government data, Black women are more likely than any other ethnic group to be in marriages where they're the breadwinner or in an egalitarian marriage, 50-50. Of marriages where the wife is Black, the husband is the main source of income 40% of the time. The wife is a main source of income 26% of the time, and 34% are egalitarian or 50-50. So when you add wife is a primary breadwinner and egalitarian marriages, that comes out to 60% to Black men's 40%. However, when you add the 40% to 34%, Black men are leading at a 74% clip. Furthermore, according to Pew Research in 2022, in egalitarian 50-50 marriages, average number of hours spent on these duties each week vary from husband to wife. Paid work, men 44.2 hours per week, women 41.1 hours per week. That's a 3.1 hour difference in favor of men. Leisure time, men 25.2 hours per week, women 21.6 hours per week. That's a 3.6 hour difference in favor of men. Caregiving, men 5.1 hours per week, women 6.9 hours per week. That's a 1.8 hour difference in favor of women. Housework, men 1.9 hours per week, women 4.6 hours per week. That's a 2.7 hour difference in favor of women. To further break down egalitarian marriages, wives and husbands tend to earn about $60,000 each. Here are the median annual earnings of wives and husbands across marriage types in 2022, according to the Pew Research Center. In all marriages, the wife tends to make $35,000 as opposed to the husband's $65,000. When the wife is the sole provider, she earns $45,000. When the wife is the primary provider, she earns $88,000 as opposed to the man $35,000. In egalitarian marriages, the wife earns $60,000. The husband, $62,000. When the husband is the primary provider, the wife earns $30,000. The husband, $96,000. When the husband is the sole provider, he earns $70,000. And those numbers coincide with the greater share of dads that are stay-at-home parents today than 30 years ago. In 1989, 4% of fathers were stay-at-home dads. All parents, 17%. Mothers, 28%. Fast forward to 2021, 26% of women are stay-at-home mothers, 18% are stay-at-home parents, and 7% of fathers. All right. Did y'all learn anything?
Like I said, I'm an avid watcher.
Hey, so if we look at the statistics, when in Black marriages between Black men and Black women, Black men are the sole or primary breadwinner 40% of the time. So that would, lead to the point that yes, Black men are still out earning. And also another point, when it is an egalitarian relationship, the man still earns $2,000 more than the woman. So it's rather common amongst all races. So that was the whole point of trying to get. So I know, yes, the ideal goal, like GMT said, yeah, my wife is a stay-at-home, wife now, you work towards that. But we're talking about 35 to 44. And that's where the point of contention comes in, because these women are already settled. They're established, right? They should have their careers and everything. But then when you try and get married to a man in that same age group, let's say, and then you tell him, now I want to stay at home. It's tough, right? Yes. So that's the biggest issue with these, conversations. It's like, yeah, I've been working all this time, but now I've heard women say this. I want a man to retire me right now. Yeah. So
they all of a sudden get traditional, right?
Yeah. It's like, now
it's not realistic.
Yeah, you're not a virgin. You come with kids. Like, you're not traditional. What are we doing here? And then 1 of 4 y'all gonna get married. It's 1.5 million more of y'all. So listen, if you don't want this, sit at home with your cat or your dog or your 3 kids, and I'll keep it pushing. Find somebody else.
And I leave it open. And real quick, another point. when you Google this, I know Jess, you like to Google. When you Google let's say black women earn more, all these articles come out and they'll say black women are doing so much better and they're more likely to be breadwinners. But then when you read it, it said 1 out of 4. And, it's like, well, because that's misleading to a lot of women. They'll see the title and they'll say, oh yeah, we're doing better than black men, we're the breadwinners. But then when you read the article, it's still 3 out of 4 black men out earning black women in marriages. So that's where the cleanup has to be, right? So Chill, you got it.
I was going to say, a lot of these articles that they put out, they do it on purpose. It's extremely misleading because they do know that, and not just our women, but women in general, they react based on feelings. And reading that title, oh, we are dominating. Oh, we're in lead. Ooh, all those endorphins just flooding. And it's only until you read the actual article that you see, nah, baby, you ain't leading nothing.